What is up guys, George Mason here. Today I've got a new video for you, and in this video I'm going to be talking about car boot sales. I'm not sure if they're called car boot sales internationally, but in England basically what a car boot sale is it's kind of like a yard sale, but it's not in your garden. Basically you just drive to a field, you pack up your car with all stuff you don't want, like your old possessions like old toys, old clothes, old books, all stuff you don't really want. You put it in the back of your car and you drive to a field, you lift your boot up, you put it all on the table, and people come around and buy your stuff. So last week I did one of these for the first time in like 4 years, so I made some observations that were very strange, and I just want to talk to you in this video about them. So we were selling clothes, like my old clothes, some of my sister's old clothes, some of my sister's old shoes, some of my old shoes. So yeah, most of the stuff was decent clothing. It was like Top Man, River Island, etc. You know, they were using some Lacoste and Ralph Lauren t-shirts, and they were still in good condition, they were still clean. You know what I mean? There was nothing really wrong with them apart from they didn't fit me anymore. So we had all the rubbish like Primark-y clothes on the floor that was just like, not rubbish, but just like the cheap clothing that we didn't really care about anymore, because we bought it cheap anyway, so we didn't really care how much we got for it. So that was just on the floor on like a mat. And then we had a clothing rack where we had like all the expensive clothing, like dresses, polo shirts, jumpers, etc, etc. So these people, they come over and they ask how much stuff is. So for example, a dress, they come up with, there was this dress we had, it had never been worn, never been used. My mum bought it, she didn't like it, so she just never took it back, never wore it. And it was quite expensive, it was like a £30 dress. Still labels on it and everything, literally. It was only like a few months ago she bought it. We were doing it very cheap. We asked for £5 for a £30 dress that had never been worn, never been used, literally brand new, still labels on it. But they weren't having it. Literally, we had so many people ask, how much is that? And when we told them it was £5, they were not interested at all, even though it still had labels on it and never been worn. It was like it was an unwritten law that you can't charge over £1 for anything. Everything on the floor, we were asking for £2, alright? We had no success. No one wanted stuff for £2, so we lowered everything to 50p, like literally decent clothes as well, like Top Man t-shirts, River Island girls' clothes. I don't really know what they were girls' clothes. So this woman comes over and says, how much stuff on the floor? I told her 50p, you know, she was quite happy with that. She picks up 20 pieces of clothing, and she knows she has 20 pieces of clothing because she's counting it as she picks it up. And then she says, how much is this? I mean, it's not really rocket science, is it? It's 20 times 0.5. It's £10, right? So we told her £10. You know what she did? She put it all back and walked off. She literally wanted me to do her a deal when we were selling clothes for £half. What? She had a Lacoste polo shirt in there and she wanted it cheaper than 50p. How does your mind work if you want stuff for that cheap? Literally, can you imagine her walking around the Lacoste shop, picking up the clothes, looking at the label, £60? Like, oh my gosh, her mind would go into overdrive. Like, I don't understand people. Then we have bags as well for sale. None of my bags, or my sister's old bags, for £1, right? This woman comes over, picks up this brown bag, she says, how much is this? I told her £1. She says, will you take 50p? I said, yeah, go on then. She literally spent 5 minutes going through the whole bag, inspecting it. It was like going through customs when you go into a new country. Literally, it was probably more vast than that. She literally opened every zip, you know, to see how good the zip was. She checked every single pocket, make sure there was no dirt in there, made sure there was no rips, made sure there was no loose hems. Then what does she do? She puts it down and walks off. That bag was 50p. You spent 5 minutes of your life inspecting it and didn't even buy it. What the hell? I can understand if it's a £50 bag, you know what I mean? But it was 50p. Literally, I would buy a bag for 50p, even if it was broken, and like, I wouldn't even be that disappointed because it was 50p. And she spent all that time inspecting it and didn't even buy it. Like, how does your mind work? But yeah guys, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have enjoyed, make sure you like, comment and subscribe. Comment down below if you've been to a boot sale or had a boot sale and had any of these experiences or anything different. Make sure you like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. But yeah guys, it's been GeorgeMasonTV. Make sure you like, comment and subscribe. George Mason, over and out. Done. Harry Purser says, if you could meet 5 celebrities, who would they be? Alright, this is a tough one for me. So first, I'd love to meet David Beckham. He's like top of my list to meet because like he's just an inspiration to me. He always has been. So yeah, I'd just really like to meet him and get to know him. Number 2, probably